So we finally got this thing going. Let us go to my channel. Let's see if it's actually doing what it's supposed to do. Alright, let's see. Okay, is this thing picking me up now?
Right up the gate. Accelerate.
Okay. Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. I wonder if my audio actually sounds bad though. Hold on just a second, let me test this out, let me test it out, let me test it out. Alrighty, alrighty. We're good to go. Sweet. Alright, I have been waiting all day to play this game. Got off of work a few hours ago. Kinda took a little nap. I have been wanting to stream this. I wanted to start up this channel because I've done some YouTube stuff before, but this will be the first on this channel. Here we go. Beautiful game. Beautiful game. So I am not new.
A new set of challenges await.
We're gonna go ahead and leave here.
Playlist cleared and ready for takeoff, driver.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and do another little checkup on my audio just to make sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and all of this is streamer mode, so none of this should be copyrighted music, but I'm gonna turn it off anyways. Yeah, so I got streamer mode on. I don't know if you guys like having the music in the background, just let me know. I think I'm gonna just keep that down. We'll do it like that. If you guys do like having music, just let me know. So we can actually program our controllers. Okay, I wonder if they updated the photo and video mode. Alright, so I'm gonna do one more check. I'm gonna make sure that my audio is actually loud enough to deal with the car audio. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk while revving, see if you guys can hear me over this. So, okay, did not get that clear enough, so let me just rev it up like this, see if I can't hear myself over top of this. Okay. We're gonna do one more test again, just make sure everything's good to go so you guys can hear me properly throughout the stream. Okay, here we go. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Yep, think that's good. Alright, so I can definitely talk to you guys while still having audio in the background. I'm definitely going to make sure to have moments where you guys can just hear, you know, raw footage, stuff in the car. I'm definitely going to go back because I'm not new to streaming the Crew or the Crew 2 or MotorFest. Well, I am new to MotorFest. That one's but I was going to try to stream the beta, but ended up not doing it. We're not gonna do.
Anytime.
Those are the only available playlists. I'm not allowed to do these ones, or am I allowed to go do the?
Visualize your next objective, and let's go.
I'm actually gonna go ahead on the drive over that way. Just because, you know, the pre-order edition gets this, we're gonna go ahead and go to Japan, Street Tier 2, brand, Toyota, right there.
Look tackles another key aspect of worldwide car culture, car customization. MotorFest, every single car-related thing gets its screen time to show you the right way to rethink an existing car design.
I'm sorry,
MotorFest went the
yeah,
extra
that
mile and got in touch with a real
beautiful.
master craftsman.
Don't get me wrong, I would love to see, like, have these cars in the game, and you know, even though Forza might have done this, I don't know if TJ Hunt has like a specific deal with Forza, or it's like an exclusivity deal. I know some people do stuff like that. Obviously, car brands sometimes appeal to a specific company or brand and only let a certain company use their vehicles in games. There's been times in the past where it's been like that. But, I'm gonna go ahead and mute Kara. I think. I don't know. Maybe I should just turn her voice down if I can. No, I can't. I can't. Actually, hold on. I can. Sorry, I had to sneeze. My bad. Alright, UI is fine. We'll turn her down just a little bit so she's not over talking me. So we're gonna actually do the Liberty Walk. playlist today, and I'm actually going to adjust the title later on as you guys will see Crew MotorFest Day 1. I'm going to put Liberty Walk playlist. Pretty sick, pretty sick. So this guy has created Liberty Walk, and he is responsible for basically everything we see nowadays. So I'm gonna get back to the TJ Hunt stuff in just a moment. Okay, so as we've already seen the hints at, and they've kind of shown this, well, they didn't even really hint it, they threw it straight out there on like Twitter and Reddit and everything. They were basically showing that that was going to be the prize car. Of course, if you did the gold or ultimate edition, you got the standard body style, and I'm thinking this one's available for everybody through the Liberty Walk playlist, so they don't have to have the edition, but they're going to be able to get a hold of that BMW anyways. So, and I believe that's what the M8.
To the next objective.
Oh yeah, that person's already got a customized one. Oh, they all do, apparently. Those are like twins. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look. We'll just go ahead. So, oh yeah, not the M8. Sorry, I'm crazy. I'm thinking of the wrong car. That's this one right here, M8. So I was thinking that was a competition coupe, but the M4 competition coupe, but it's the M4 Liberty Walk edition that you'll get. But this car should be available, like, I believe a week from the 14th. If not, then day one, maybe. I'm not sure. I guess, you know, just, yeah. No. It definitely is one of the seasons pass or the gold edition, ultimate edition pass, whatever you, seasons pass, whatever. Year pass. There you go. So, which I've been really curious about the year pass stuff too. I don't know if I've really heard anybody else talk about this or not, but maybe this is it here first. Of course, my stream will be posted up on the channel later, so if you guys are coming later, welcome. The M4 competition coupe is one of the year pass vehicles and will come out for everybody a week after, I believe, day one. If not, then a week from the 11th today. Other than that, the year pass situation, I'm kind of curious because I haven't heard it anywhere else. Will there be a year 2 pass? Because they've never done this before, and this would be new. But they did a seasons pass for both the Crew, the initial one, where you could get all of the DLC cars, right? Because you had to purchase those with real money to get a hold of those cars in the game. That then changed in the Crew 2, and you just bought... actually, no, I don't think it really did change too much. I started playing the Crew 1 a little while after it came out. I started playing it in like 2014, 2015, somewhere around there. Because I just got a PS4. And that was actually my very first game to play on the PS4. And I had the Wild Run edition, so it was after that expansion had come out to the game. So I actually, when I got the game with my PS4, I gotten it for Christmas, and I got that game with it. I had Wild Run, so it hadn't been that long afterwards because I remember seeing the trailers for the game on YouTube, and it was like so crazy, so cool with the whole US and everything. So I played through the first game, beat it, played the Crew 2, I pre-ordered the Crew 2 actually after playing all the way through, you know, Calling All Units was the last DLC for the Crew 1. That game was such an inspiration to me. It was the only game I could play on PlayStation that was anything remotely close to Forza. Need for Speed just wasn't it. You know, Need for Speed just didn't have it. The nighttime mode all the time in 2015 Need for Speed was just not my major interest. So I definitely moved on from that and continued to play the Crew 1 for a long time. Made a great group of friends. The Crew 2 had a lot of server issues, as much as the Crew 1 did at the end of the game's life cycle. Calling All Units definitely came with some issues with the servers. Crew 2 had its issues. I'm hoping MotorFest is not as bad. It looks like we're only going to have the 8-player lobbies again. The only time you're going to see more players is in the Royale, Demolition Royale, and the Grand Race stuff. And that's pretty much the only situations currently we have in the game where we can do these things. I'm hoping that there's a DLC in the future, since they do implement a form of crossplay in those events. I'm hoping that they actually kind of integrate a system like Rainbow Six Siege, where you have your Ubisoft Connect friends and you can invite them over to your crew and just kind of cruise around with them and go play like competitive game modes, any sort of PvP together. I think they might be actually looking to do stuff like that. I just, maybe they might have been rushing the game a little bit and left a few features out and thought about adding those things later. Because they've done stuff like that before in the past, where they added the summit later on. Even in the Crew 2, I believe they added the summit later on in the game's life cycle. So I definitely think that could be something that we're gonna get to. So I wouldn't get my hopes up. You know, I wouldn't go too far as to say it's gonna happen. It's for sure gonna happen. It's so positive. You know, we know that they're gonna do this, but we have at least a hunch, you know, that it could happen because of the possibilities with the current game technology and everything going on. That could be something that actually happens in the future. And if that's not the case, then it could just simply be that the PS4 and Xbox One servers just couldn't handle such things. Although I think that's actually not true, to be honest, because if, like, once again, going back to Rainbow Six Siege, another, you know, that's a Tom Clancy's Ubisoft game. That game you can still play with PS4 players, with PS5 and Xbox One and Series and PC. All of those can play together still to this day. So I don't want to go as far as to say that it could be the older consoles holding back, because I think that everybody would get their own graphics settings and their own stuff like that, and you would still be able to cruise around. And I mean, if they're allowing it in competitions and major competitions, then there shouldn't be any excuses to what, you know, what else they'll do, because if it has anything to do with frames and the whole system in the game, where frames actually dictate how fast your car goes and things like that, you know, like it did in the Crew 2, I would think that they wouldn't make it that way again. But if that's a possibility, then we already have an issue in those big competitive modes. But, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But once again, we're going to go back into the game and go back into another subject while we're cruising, and then we'll talk about something else I wanted to talk about with you guys. So,
without further ado,
These people have already gotten the wide body version.
Liberty works.
The whole Liberty Walk thing.
Is busy with work.
So,
We have another custom expert
TJ Hunt
Actually,
and the Street Hunter kids. If that's not an exclusive deal with Forza, and they actually reach out because they've got Supercar Blondie and a lot of other YouTube channels, I think that they could possibly be reaching out to people like TJ Hunt, especially because they're already doing stuff that Forza has done, like Liberty Walk and stuff like that. We might even see like Rocket Bunny come into the game, which some Rocket Bunny kits are kind of cool, and then a lot of them are a lot of older kind of styling, so a lot of people seem to throw that out there that that's out of style. Liberty Walk has been trying to keep up with the modern day everything. Rocket Bunny has kind of fell behind, so I could understand if people, don't really care too much to have Rocket Bunny in the game. But I would love to see Street Hunter because TJ Hunt's really, really gone out of his way to make things like the C8 Corvette and the regular parts for the regular Supra. Instead of the GR Supra, the actual 90s Mark IV Supra. He's made parts for those cars, and we have all those cars in the game now. And I think he's actually done even a kit for this BMW, if I'm not wrong. Or he put one on it, or he did something to a BMW, made it green, and did a lot of crazy stuff for it. So, I just, with all the cars that are kind of in the game, they kind of push towards an idea of him being a part of it later on too, and they talked about more creative. So I would not be surprised if he's somebody that they have tried to talk to, and even if they have gotten him into the game. I just let that thing bounce off the red runner. Oh, they're swinging. Okay, mess me up, guys. So with a lot of vehicles like this, I would think that they'd put a lot of cars that they would have Liberty Walk chips on.
Hey, it's Toji. Remember me? Made in Japan, the pack, the guy with the Evo X. You shouldn't be surprised. It's a Liberty Walk playlist. I'm a customer.
Okay, so they have programmed the voice lines to go in specific order. So that's why they wanted you to complete the Made in Japan and stuff first, because they definitely.
Every custom lover knows the name Wataru Kako. Bringing his own style to bear on supercars. That's his thing.
Yeah, okay, so they definitely expected you to play certain playlists first, and they actually mentioned this. My driving is not the best right now. It's been a little while since I've played this game. I gotta get back into it. I promise you guys. Might make a few slip-ups here and there. Oh, a little wall tap. It's cool that I get to use one of my own DLC cars. Not really DLC, because I don't know what you want to call it. Maybe this one.
By the way, your BMW is tuned up. You're on Liberty Walk.
It doesn't feel like it's very tuned up. It feels like it's too loose to be controlled. Okay. Okay. Oh, that turbo. The sound changes. I'm assuming that in this playlist with the little side challenges, you can unlock the sound. Right, because they were doing the sound, like the audio files and stuff. For car sounds, I'm sure they're gonna do stupid stuff. Knowing the Crew 2, and knowing some of the horns and some of the little things that they're bringing over to the game from the Crew 2, or that they already did, and that they're going to related stuff here. as well as the one that's fixing to come out. I think they're also releasing that stuff a couple months in the game also. If I'm not wrong, everything from this previous DLC in the Crew 2 and the one that I believe is coming out in a couple days, they're all going to be here in December. Sorry about that, call. Definitely gotta change some of my settings. I don't know if I turned off one of the wrong things. Definitely. And that's really cool though that that's possible now in this game, because you couldn't do that. Just the feeling in this game is amazing, and it's a balance between realism and arcadey. It definitely does have some realistic aspects with touches to it, for sure, and I don't think anyone else otherwise. Somebody told me that this is full arcade. They're definitely not right. No, there's definitely a lot of real physics that is applied. With an arcadey twist on top of all of it. Okay, this is definitely another area.
Okay, not bad. Let's see if you can handle what follows.
That rev, that's pretty cool. I love how they rev it up like that at the end of the race, and they do some really good RPM stuff. Okay. XP fills your main stage timelines, you gain rewards, you come new levels, so that's like a battle pass, whatever, the, motor pass almost. I'm assuming that timeline, unless, it's like the Crew 2 where you had the timeline for the levels, which actually, that kind of makes a little more sense. Probably should have thought about that first, but...
You feel the difference? It has all the signature Liberty Works upgrades. A perfect way to set the mood.
Yeah. So definitely a timeline makes so much more sense to me. I'm sure I'm probably right about that now.
That car isn't going anywhere. You're taking it again for the next ride. And it's a long one. Plenty of time for you to get acquainted with the true Liberty.
I'll take care of that later. Actually, no, yeah, we'll go ahead and find that for we're gonna go ahead and display these playlists. So they've already got Supercar Blondie in the game. I thought that was going to be like later content. I thought they were hinting at like that stuff coming out later. Donut Media, Liberty Walk, and the Dream Cars playlists are already in the game. And I believe they said there was like 15 playlists on day one, so pretty good amount of content. I mean, I'm definitely not even going to be able to finish all of them. I might finish Liberty Walk tonight throughout this stream, so we'll actually see. We're going to try to. I am so sorry if my quality is cutting down, by the way. Maybe that's not me, maybe that's just my computer. I'm actually gonna pause this and I'm gonna make sure that I'm not... Okay, cool. My quality is great. PS4 is running. Or PS5, so sorry, I'm so used to having a PS4. I've had this thing for, well, like 2 years now, so... God, I don't even know. Yeah, PS5 for a while.
It might end up as the reward for this playlist.
And it was honestly this game that gave me the idea to go ahead and start a Oh, what in the world? I've got a whole rock stuck to my... That's crazy. Is it glitched inside me now at this point? Like, I'm just stuck with it. Okay, yeah, he's... That's a little weird that it's, like, stuck to my grill like that. Oh, I got rid of it that time. I don't know how I feel about the wings on these. Like, I don't mind the ducktails. Oh man, don't give me. Oh, come on. I don't like that. Okay, that does bother me. It feels like this thing's slowing me down. So I see in this one they actually put some wide body cars. So they did do what looks like a standard wide body on that M4 right there. I don't think that's a Liberty Walk kit. They brought in some other cars with some wide bodies, which makes sense with the Demon now at this point because it's wider. So yeah, I see. They're just racing against the wide body kit. Basically showing that Liberty Walk's the best. That's what they want you to do at least. Aw, man, you can't ride up on that wall. That's a waste of fun. That's a regular Challenger. Wow. SRT8. I don't know why I'm trying to drive off purchase and stuff too. Oh wow, it's having trouble loading my username. I just would like that. I don't know if that's just like a lagging thing, maybe because I'm streaming. You know how many streamers like Black Panther, Sidwatch, all those guys out there? I think like all of those guys drive like just as bad as me. Oh, that was a little bit of a lag. Yeah, I'm definitely having some slower loading times, but that's all because of the streaming. That's not the game. I was playing this game earlier, just cruising around because I played the Crew 2 and transferred my cars over. I did that because I'm working an 11-hour job. I just really don't have the patience to try to rebuy and rebuild my collection. So with the amount of time I'll get to play this game, it's just not going to be literal, because a lot of those streamers that, you know, everybody watches, they have free time outside of streaming to play the game, so, yeah.
We're going to see how these
definitely gonna have to work on getting this new internet. Not internet, but new router system. I'm gonna get a mesh router. So I'm gonna run a mesh router system for my house. What is it called? Smoother internet? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna, oh. Okay, so my headset's supposed to have this feature I can turn myself. And I mean, it's working, but it's just not very so, which this is one of those Pulse 3D headsets. So, yeah, that's kind of disappointing because I know a lot of other headsets that do that. I'm probably gonna make an upgrade or something. Get something with the same feedback system, probably a better mic system. Which, don't get me wrong, the microphone on this headset's pretty great. But, I'll probably buy a whole mic for the PS5, so I just have to see what I'm getting at. I'm actually looking at buying a lot of really expensive stuff within the next, few months or so. Definitely going to be getting a gaming PC. So I'll be streaming all of that, running games on wheel on the computer setup. I might even purchase another PS5 just to run more than one of them in 2 different locations for both streaming purposes. So I might just do that. I might have one for my own personal, just kind of lay back, and then have one for streaming. Event difficulty. No, I'm not really. I mean, like, I don't want to have to repeat these over and over again, and I've already put it in, like, the medium difficulty level, not the hardest, so, we'll go ahead and just say no for now, so that you guys can play through these. You can see all the races. Is this my personal GTR? I think it is. Oh man. This is not the Haru or whatever the yeah, the newer edition.
Looks like we've got economy run kind of vibe going on here.
Which I'm pretty sure they're also hinting at a future Liberty Walk. That RX-8 sounds insane. I'm sorry, but these Japanese cars all together like this is if I could drive better, it would be even more beautiful. But then again, that's another problem I've had with these games. They haven't really had respectful driving in these. They kind of run into driving. Like, this guy, he seems like he's trying to get it, he's...
It was crazy. Kato knows his classics. Now Bosozoku is mostly about oversized body kits. It's meant to be impressive.
Oh, so what he's saying is Bosozoku, as we know it now, with the giant exhaust pipes and all of that stuff, wasn't always that extreme. You know, I'm more of a 90s Japanese kind of car fan and early 2000s, so I don't know anything about the 80s Japanese scene. I know what they like doing now, and that's the crazy Bosozoku, building it off of cars from like the 80s and stuff, so I'm pretty used to seeing that and accepting that or like right terminology, but that's a full-on Japanese crazy show car thing. You know, like most Bosozoku cars are all bark and no bite, you know? So it's like they look crazy, but they don't really drive that insane. They're typically just really loud. You face them up against the Nissan GTR, you know, the R35 or something. Firework pops, that's sick.
GTRs are a classic of the Japanese car culture. Aggressive by design, but as soon as they pass through Kato's hands, they become insane bangers. Come on now, finish that race.
Back there. I can't wait to get a hold of good old Godzilla. I believe it is the model that they called. Was it the R32 or the R33? I think the R32 is but the R32 is probably the best sounding car out of all of them, for sure. I can't remember which engine was in the, like which RB was in the R32, but the 26, the really famous one, was known for the R34, right? So, and then this one's got the VR38. So they left RB and went to VR38 6-cylinder. But I'm not a super mechanic or anything like that. I couldn't tell you, you know, transmissions or anything, you know. I mean, I know when it's like a 6-speed, 5-speed, things like that, obviously, you know. But yeah. That was really cool. The beginning of that race was amazing. I actually kind of do wish I was behind them for just a moment longer. And I would have totally, you know, let me chill that. So we were talking about,
What a win.
we were talking about actual sounds, car sounds, because the BMWs have 2 different audio files for the Liberty Lock Edition and the standard. So if they'll do that with the M4, which I think this one's also got a different sound from the stock. I'm wondering if the stock has a lower tone because it's close to the, you know, it's actually stock exhaust. Which most of the cars in this game aren't exactly stock exhaust. They're more like slightly tuned stock exhaust. So I'm still wondering if it's going to have the deeper tone though. I'm really curious. You can tell this exhaust is very open.
Liberty Nation, as it's called, is all about applying the Liberty philosophy to any type of car, from any country in the world.
We're gonna, oh, you're gonna take an extra wide turn? You're not a semi-truck, what do you need to do that for? Bro just drove like an 18-wheeler for no reason. Are the lights like the last game though? Are they like super fast? Let's see. Of course, you just put in the clutch and move it straight. I don't think that's too bad. Maybe they could have made it a little slower. Oh, this is paddle shift, so you don't even have a clutch. And then drive. Just put on the brake. So yeah, the traffic lights are a little too fast. I think they could have been a little bit better. And I can definitely understand what people mean by the game. The game feels a little dead without some of the NPCs, but at the same time, like there's traffic and there's enough going on that you're not like 1,000% focused on it.
Your first car, the Chrysler 300 SRT8. Boom!
The Chrysler? And the Chrysler hasn't really been that great of a car for plenty of years. I mean, it's just a Dodge. You know, it's just it's another Mopar car. This isn't even my personal car.
To see at custom shows, huh? Trust me, I know my business. All tuning masterpieces.
The thing's always kind of been about luxury. Like, this is like the Mopar luxury car, right? Like,
these guys can dress anything up. They want to make their look universal.
This is like the wannabe Cadillac of you know, the Mopar. The Chrysler. Like, you know, Chevy's got Cadillac as a brand. And, you know, it's basically a Corvette, but a four-seater Corvette. This is basically a Dodge Charger, but a four-seater. You know, it's more or less so. Just a more, I guess you can say, comfortable version of a four-seater Charger because they already have four-seater Chargers. Basically a sedan Charger, right? I mean, there's literally a Bentley at the front. I mean, come on.
SRT8 is meaner than the regular 300. With a V8 Hemi under the hood, you're more than a basic luxury sedan. That's it.
Ah, yeah, look at him. See, luxury sedan. Yeah, you're like I said, a Charger. You're a luxury sedan Charger. The more luxurious version of the sedan version. Although they use, I believe they all just use the older Charger engines from the like 2008 Chargers that didn't even have the full light bar in the back. Basically, the Chargers that looked kind of like this in the rear end anyway. It's funny because one of my friends from when I was younger, her dad was really cool with me. Him and his wife actually had the cars. And he had the Charger and his wife actually had the Chrysler, and hers was blue and his was red. But yeah, so he had the old style Charger, and I always got them confused. And they were both SRT8. So.
subscriber. Our next event will show you the kind of impact Liberty Walk can have on cars you wouldn't expect to see customized. Liberty Nation is about any car type. Remember, to illustrate our point, we have just the perfect car.
Shit, messed that up. Oh, I already passed it. Eventually we might actually, I don't know, I still kind of don't want to do that. Not at the moment. You might see how well we do these races, and then try to up the difficulty. These eclipses, that eclipse right there, that's pretty sick. Although I don't like the, is that like a matte or satin kind of paint? I'm not a big fan of that.
Okay, I can get on board with city cars if they look like this.
Does everything have like an like extreme turbo sound on it?
I tell you that these guys can custom anything.
Well, I mean, the original BMW didn't have like a super powerful turbo sound on it. So maybe that's just the custom cars. What the hell is that? I need to grab something to drink here. Yeah, see, this is plenty fine difficulty. I mean, I'm getting overtaken by some of these cars. It's just once I do get ahead, I'm holding ahead. It's more of a like, once I get away from them, then I'm kind of more comfortable with my driving, you know? Oh my god, it looks sick. Yeah, I'd rather not distract myself. I mean, that little bit of sliding that I just did was pretty sick. That's a MX-5 Miata right there. Okay, so here we go, being up in the front. We've got a Volkswagen Golf, the GTI.
Personal favorite is the German look, lowered to the max, bodywork removed, small diameter rims with a large offset. It's a stark style that stays faithful to the original, kind of similar to what we have here today.
Styles that stay faithful to the original, I like that.
Modification around. Choose a style at your touch, make a difference. It's the way to go.
No, not really. To be honest with you. Does this livery have like a faded yellowish tint around it? Looks like it. For a Mini, it really slips, man. You'd feel like you would think that this car is too small for that, right? Like anybody else? Like you would think it's like it doesn't have enough length for the weight to do that. I mean, well, it's rear wheel drive too, huh? So I guess it could. Or is it all-wheel drive? I don't know. I've never actually really... I don't really pay attention to minis that much because I'm not really the biggest fan of them, but... they used to be a game that I used to play. You get something called Heroes. An older PS3 driving game. It was like one of those little stunt driver games. Not stunt driver, not like the actual stunt driver game, but I don't know, it's pretty wild.
You've ascended a step closer to being a MotorFest legend. A new reward is waiting for you within the activity menu.
Okay. Front bumper for something. I'm assuming for the car that I'm already in. So I do want to purchase a vehicle, if I can. Instead of customizing, I know that's wild, crazy. But, nah, actually it's not really that crazy. I'd rather have a new car than build up one that I already have at the moment, because I'll do my builds later on. We'll even do like a whole individual video for some of these cars. So we're gonna go down and find Toyota. I can't wait to unlock this car again. I loved driving it in the beta. Here's Toyota. So there's the standard model. Definitely have to get a hold of one of those and test that out. This is the Drift Edition. Okay. Exclusive reward Drift experience. So you actually get another Supra. Okay, you actually get a whole Supra for the Drift playlist, I'm assuming. That's pretty sick though, and I believe that's literally the same. Oh no, it's a whole different wide body kit on there too. Wow. And then there's the standard body one, which is 408,000. It's a little more than I've got. 58,400 pre-credits, which of course I'm not purchasing any of those at the moment to do all of that. Maybe in the future. 366,100. Okay, so that's what I need to look for saving up to. Now that we're playing MotorFest, I didn't end up getting this one in the Crew 2. I didn't buy either of these. Well, this one you have to win or get from like the Motor Pass or something like that. So maybe it'll come back later. I do love the whole Hoonigan kind of reference, and this reminds me of that one guy who does the does the Gymkhana style stuff, but in the streets with like a giant buggy. What's his name? I'm trying to think of his actual username, but he does it on YouTube. He does these big events, just like Gymkhana, and he takes this crazy ass buggy, like crazy. I think it's really sick, but it also gives off that like, I mean, it says hoodlum instead of hoonigan, which of course we're getting hoonigan later on, so it's crazy that they did a rip-off version of hoonigan, but they're gonna do hoonigan in the game. And they did like a Kim Block kind of inspiration livery. It's kind of wild. I'm sure that those guys are probably pretty grateful for the references like that. That is cool. And I'm wondering if you can build it almost the same as that. I would love to. So it definitely seems like how they're gonna do this. It's pretty sick. I do want to get a hold of that. So that's got the slightly updated headlights, the updated front bumper. A lot of that stuff is like all updated and upgraded. Really, really gorgeous. Can't wait to get a hold of that. Then we have what Dave DDE wants to do with a Bentley, but make it street legal. Literally. I don't really care. I can't wait to unlock that one. That one's gonna be cool to play around with. They make competition coupe. There's another M4. It's crazy how much the M4 is like different between those two models. It's a 2014, that's a 2021. They've kind of definitely taken a big leap. The M2 is really kind of stretched out and got a lot more rounded off, as most cars do nowadays. The M5 actually has a more boxier looking build to it. And the M5 Drift Edition, I need to get that. That's actually sick. And I think I have like one BMW drift car, if not I don't even have any, but which is kind of strange because BMW is pretty popular and pretty well known for its drifting. Fancy No Rules Edition, which you can purchase. I really don't have any drift variants of the that one's nice, the 2019. Don't really care about the Agent Edition. That one's pretty much the same thing, just the MotorFest edition. I don't know if the customization's really any different or not. I guess eventually I can test that out for you guys. The Bolide, definitely need the Bolide. I've got most of the other Bugattis, just none of the special editions. I wasn't a big Summit player. That is insane. This one's called the Veyron Barchetta, but that's a Chiron design. So this one's 2015. So is this the predecessor? No. No, it's not a predecessor to the Chiron, is it? That's not letting me search it up. Let's see. First of March in 2016. So yes, this was a predecessor to the Chiron. So this is literally like actually a body. Like this is this built on the chassis, the same chassis that the Chiron was used upon? I'll have to test drive that later. Because that's crazy to think that that might have been built upon the same chassis as the Veyron, but then later became the Chiron? No, that's wild. Because, I mean, like, you know, these designs are all very, very similar. Like, the bodies are pretty much, they all have that arch. Everything from the Lava Noir to the Devo. They've all got, you know, this one actually, weirdly enough, even though it does use the Chiron chassis, has the most distinctly different style. This one though, the Devo does very much resemble just a standard Chiron with some differences in the front and the tail end. But they did enough of a difference that it's like really sick. And then the 110. This one really did step away too, and it actually shares a similar roof style, like roof line, to the Lava Noir. But the bolide just out of whack everywhere. They're all over the place. I mean, that's their track variant. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get back to finishing this playlist, though. Sorry, guys, if you were watching and kind of just waiting on me to continue. Well, if you're watching later on, of course, you can skip this. But we're gonna take a quick look through. Really like that. That's sick. 2024 Mustang. So they have the convertible, but they don't have the hardtop version in the game yet. So I'm wondering. I'm hoping that that'll come into the game later on. Hummer EV, gotta get a hold of that to see if you can really play around with the crab walk or not. I do want to get the newer Civic. I have the older Civic. I do want this more stretched out, lowered Civic body. The NSX, of course. I want the Honda NSX. Who wouldn't? And I do personally like the Motorfest edition, the convertible. Because you had the hardtop in the previous game. Now we got the convertible. Definitely like the differences there. Same thing with that Mustang. I had to grab that Mustang too. Because I played with that convertible S2K during the what do you call it? Beta phase. So these are going to be exclusive vehicles. Okay, this one is Off-Roading Addict. You can purchase this one. This one's the main stage prize. So that one's a little insane, a little out of my taste anyways. But it's also called the R1200R, and it's an actual different variant. It reminds me of those little cars that race around the tracks instead of an actual off-road like ATV vehicle. These remind me more of an ATV, like, which even the tires are kind of different. So yeah, that's more of a show version of the car. And that car right there is sick. Love having that thing. I'm sorry, but yeah, the E-Type is beautiful. Really can't wait to get a hold of that. I love that body a lot more than I do the regular Wrangler. the Rubicon is way better. Lamborghinis? That's what the reward is for the Lamborghini playlist. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping that it would have been the Revuelto, but that is not the case, so I'm going to have to spend a lot of money on this game. Not like, well, maybe I might even spend real life money just to get a hold of a couple of these faster, especially these two. The Sion and the Revuelto. I definitely need to get a hold of the Urus. They have a damn Lamborghini boat, man. They have a Lamborghini boat, bro. What? See, I knew that Lamborghini was doing this. I knew that they had boats. I believe even Bugatti has boats out there, so maybe in the future. But wow, that's crazy. That's sick. Terzo Millennio, the all-electric car that we've seen in GTA for years. That, you know, they kind of got off of this concept, and then now it's officially a car. I didn't know that it even really released. Or was it like a one-off thing, one of their like one-off projects? But I knew that they built one. I didn't know that though. And I wonder how much of a difference does the actual sound, how much is it affected by that body? It doesn't really seem like it's crazy too much of a difference. But I will say, like, the V12s in this game, though. That car's V12, that Countach is insane. Really want to get a hold of that FC, because we've got the FD. I really wanted that one because it did have a different sound on the Crew 2 versus the sound on the standard version. It had a more turbo-y noise. I know that sounds really stupid, turbo-y noise. Liberty Walk. Okay, so that's a Liberty Walk car? And it's a part of a current bundle. So that's actually a Liberty Walk kit on there. That's sick. I definitely like that. I definitely might pick that up just because it's got the turbo hanging out and everything. This one's the Thunderwave edition, so that's one of the body kits we actually see. Now I wonder if that one actually affects the sound as well. We'll have to test that out later. Yeah, I never grabbed that one, but I do like the sound on that one too. So they definitely did do some different sounds for like special edition versions of these cars, which is wild. We need more Evos. More of the Lancers, man. I think that the sounds of these ones are a lot more aggressive than the standard stock version of the car. The Elva. Really got to get a hold of that. Very expensive car, but very cool. Senna GTR. I do know my car is a different sound. Gotta get a hold of that one. Purchasable on 31 days. Do need that one. There's a few, I think there was some cars I still wanted to get on the Crew 2 and then bring them over. And I think that as long as they were in the game before, you can still go get them and they'll immediately transfer over. So It's only newer DLC items that you have to wait on from the Crew suite to come to this game. They need just a regular Ram 1500 or like a Rebel. Just a standard. Well, no, I mean this one is a Rebel. But they need some like other pickup trucks. They need some like more basic, because they have like the Silverado in the game, and they need an updated Silverado too. That one's crazy. This car is cool. The Treasure. I've seen this many years ago. Hot Wheels had like the toy of this car when I was a lot younger. This has been a concept. Literally the 2016 right there. Back then you would see Hot Wheels with that car all the time. I'm disappointed that they didn't add regular street variants of these cars. They had the regular street versions in the Crew 1. And then they even took out one of the models, so it's just the 3400K and the CTR3. So they dropped one of the licenses. So honestly, what I'm mainly looking forward to right now, and the Toyota Tacoma. Love the Tacoma. Can't wait to get to drive that thing. The thing's sick. The off-road Supras, some people were making a joke about. Oh man, I got a guy driving around with me. These cars just move so easily. I love it. If I crash while driving right here, it's because I'm trying to get back to my stream. As I just said that, I tapped the pole.
Mercedes goes bad, Liberty Walk style.
So they're definitely doing, I guess, customizable Liberty Walk kits. I'm assuming that these kits are going to be coming to the cars, see, because what confuses me is they have Liberty Walk editions, and then I'm assuming that they're gonna do Liberty Walk fender kits and like body kits all together just on the cars. This is pretty sick. I mean, maybe this one's a part of the bundle. That Mercedes V8 engine in there, baby. German engineering, right?
They hit the mark with that car, though. I wouldn't change a thing. Maybe the wheels. I like them more imposing.
I definitely did fly past this. So some of these races definitely have some NPCs that, like the NPCs are a little, how do you explain? Slower and some, or maybe it's just a car that I'm driving, you know? Like some of these cars have higher horsepower than others. Naturally I'm driving a bunch of stock cars, so. I just realized I also have streamer mode on. Maybe that's why my username isn't popping up. Sorry. By the way, if you guys see me switch subjects or like go from one thing to another, I have ADHD, so topics tend to, you know, go off topic, or they tend to completely change. Sometimes it's connected, sometimes it's not. In the future, I might do some, like, talking point based videos, you know, might talk about things going on in the community or, you know, other stuff, but
I went to check out the MotorFest custom show, and I gotta say, you
thank you.
festival have some imagination. You've learned a lot, so no holding back. Next custom show, you need to show it off. Now show me some proper moves.
You don't ever get to see your own car during the custom show. He was just talking about that. I've registered during the beta. I don't know if this was just like a beta thing or not, because it didn't really... I didn't really get to see who won the custom show or anything like that, so... Which, I'm not a big fan of throwing my car out there, because I don't really do builds like a lot of people. Like, I'm not a big livery person. I don't like vinyl, you know, or decals all over my cars. Maybe a little plug or something on the window, do a little Instagram plug, or, you know, represent a body kit or something like Liberty Walks, having Liberty Walk stickers and stuff on your car in a few spots, not big ones, unless it's like a show car, and I mean that as in like you're gonna take it to like SEMA or something, then maybe, but like, other than that, I'm not the biggest fan of just throwing stickers and shit all over your car unless there's a purpose for it. Like, if I was doing like a monster truck on here or something and doing a design like that, or doing a race car and actually building my own custom livery for it, then yeah, sure. I would even, you know, borrow somebody else's livery. Especially now that we can get liveries from any console, you know, people, creators on PC, on PS5, all of those players can, oh wow, that's a first. So my internet is actually having some issues at the moment. I don't know what just happened. I'm actually gonna try to shut my cell phone off of the Wi-Fi and see if that helps at all, because I did use it. So we're gonna do that. And we are actually going to grab my little photo editing phone. I'm gonna shut this one off at the internet as well. Are we gonna... I paused it and tried to unpause it to see if maybe that would do something. Does not seem to be... Does not seem to be working. I really hope I don't have to, like, end the broadcast just to find a way to fix this. This is kind of bad. Yeah, so all my stuff, my shit's fine. I think we're just having a weird issue. So, I may just have to end the stream here and just finish this race. And I will go through the rest of the playlist possibly tomorrow. It seems like that's going to be the better choice. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut the stream here, guys. Because for some reason I'm having like every issue. You could imagine. I don't know what it is. It's honestly not my... I mean, I've got a very strong connection. My PS5 is saying I'm having a poor connection quality. I don't know what the problem is here. I honestly don't know what just happened, but I'm gonna assume that it's just gonna be stuck like this due to some sort of bug, where it's not gonna fix itself, you know? So you'd have to stop the stream and restart the stream just to get it to work and run properly. So, definitely gonna deal with it like this. So, that's the end of the stream. Thank you guys for whenever you do check it out. Obviously, this new channel has no traction and no leverage. So if you catch this video later on, kudos to you. Hopefully you watch some of it, skip through it, that's fine. Catch at the end and see what I'm saying right here. But you guys have a good evening, good day, good morning, good night. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.